During my incarceration, the first few months, I was very rebellious. I was rebellious because of blaming everybody other than myself. I was rebellious because, unfortunately, I was incarcerated during our apartheid years. And I saw how white prisoners were treated and how we were treated, and that made me extremely rebellious, and I just disrespected the authorities. When you rebel, or when you come across as you're too clever for them, they spite you, and they spited me by throwing me in a room with a lot of gangsters. And I knew that anything can happen to me there, because in my rebellion against the authorities, I also rebel against God. I just knew my life is over. I had no hope for myself. But in that time, that was my very first experience that God is real. On the 31st of August 1988, I decided this is going to be my turning point. Where I was in rebellion against God, I found myself 8 o'clock on my knees, and I prayed and I said, Lord, I need you in my life. And I believe that night, my encounter with God was not because of Jonathan Clayton. My encounter with God was God showed me, you can run away from me, you can rebel against me, but I'm going to love you, and I'm going to wait for you. I'm going to call on you, because if you're burdened and heavy laden, I will give you that rest. And I experienced it that night. Then in 2016, I received a phone call from Mr. Freddie Engelbrecht, and he said to me, hey, listen here, that I am just convinced that you will play a pivotal role on the National Council for Correctional Services. I nominated you. And the first thing came to my mind once again, you know, that small faith, but that is a very, very high profile position. I've got a criminal record. He said, listen here, just accept the nomination. The Chief Deputy Commissioner did a presentation on my profile, and in that profile he said that Reverend Clayton is a formerly incarcerated person. He's got a criminal record, but he's highly recommended for this position. And I was anonymously accepted by the Portfolio Committee for this position. And then I received my letter from the minister that I'm appointed. That was amazing for me. That was what God ordained, to serve with a criminal record on the National Council for Correctional Services. The first formerly incarcerated person served on the National Council for Correctional Services is still a wow for me. It's nobody can get the credit for this other than God.